A top TUR has returned, but who should you choose with your hard-earned red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. In today's video, we are taking a look at the LR and Dokkan Festival Broly's banner. This is the Part 2 Dokkan Festival banner for this year's worldwide celebration, and we have on it the return of two major TURs that most players probably skipped this year in preparation for the 9th anniversary, and that is the LR AGL Goku, or not LR, the TUR AGL Goku, and the Hirudegarn. So we're going to take a look at these two units and figure out who you should pick up with your hard-earned red coins. Now, let me begin by saying that if you are someone who missed out on Beast Gohan, you got shafted, or you missed the 9th anniversary, or AGL Broly, especially now with these new teams, or Tech UI, then you should be saving your red coins for one of these guys, right? Don't spend your coins unless you've got the coins to spare for the TUR. Priority should always be to LRs you missed. This includes the worldwide celebration LRs. Now, if you do have those, or if you know that by the time these guys return, all on the 10th anniversary, minus UI, that you'll have enough stones to pick up one of them at that point, then we can start talking about who to pick up. So let's go ahead, let's start. Let's take a look, right? So Goku is Majin Buu Saga Otherworld Warriors Accelerated Battle 170 with 30% to Kamehameha or time limit. He greatly raises his attack and defense while stunning on his super attack. And the real kicker for him here is this part of his passive right here. For 5 turns, he has extra critical hit and reduces damage received by 90%. And then with each turn, that rate is lowered by 15% until he gets to about 30%, or yeah, 30%. And at which point he builds up a little extra that's like 5% up to 30 from his super attack effect. So at that point, right, he'll have a little over 30% damage reduction by the time this is finally gone. Which means he basically moves from a slot 1 unit to a slot 2 unit. He's basically the super class Frieza. He's an insanely powerful unit, especially on his own team with Majin Buu Saga allies. He is basically the best leader for characters like AGL Ultimate Gohan, as well as a few others. So he is very good in his own right. Opposite him, we have the Hirudegarn, who leads movie bosses, Resurrected Warriors, and has 30% to legendary existence or transformation boost. Here they also have a simple stacking super attack, right, raising defense by 30%, which makes him really good where he really comes into his own, right? So he's basically just a little 50%, right? I think he had, where is it? High chance. Oh, he's actually got a 70% chance. Wow, it feels like a high chance to evade sometimes. Yeah, so he actually has a 70% chance to evade enemies' attacks. Just a flat 70% chance to evade, as well as stacking defense. And that's what he is. He's kind of just like a little stopgap for the first couple of turns. Where he really comes into himself is his transformation turn, where he can become nigh invincible, right? He gets a little extra attack and defense, but compared to other units on his team, he isn't really doing that much. What he does have is that AGL UI effect, where basically the more he dodges, the greater chance his dodge becomes, right? So that basically after 3 dodges, he can't be touched, right? It starts at 70% with a high chance, and then every time he evades 3 attacks, he gets a guaranteed evasion. And those 2, right, he gets an additional 10% with each evasion that he does. And so it's like, so he starts at 70, then he gets 80, then he gets 90, then he gets a guaranteed, and then from that guaranteed, it's just guaranteed from then on. So it's like you just got to get those first 3 dodges, and I know for a lot of people that's a struggle. So with that in mind, out of the two, who should you pick? Who is far more worth it? Well, given that we have the new LR Tech Broly, who leads movie bosses, but we have the new Int Broly, who greatly benefits from having someone like Hirudegarn on the team because he fulfills several of his conditions. I almost want to say Hirudegarn is worth it, especially if your movie boss's team is lacking. Right? If you're missing a few of the other key components to, like, let's say you have Int Broly and Tech Broly, but you're missing a few others. Like maybe you don't have LR Tech Broly. This might be a good option because he does fulfill, right? If you're running double Broly, he would help fulfill the conditions of keeping uncontrollable power allies on the team. Also, if you have LR TURS, right, he's planetary destruction, he fulfills that condition as well. So he is a good choice overall. Otherwise, I would say AGL Goku is probably the best choice out of the two, if only because he's doing so much more for his teams. He revived the Majin Buu Saga Superclass team in that he gives a home to a lot of units like Super Vegito, like Tech Ultimate Gohan, like the new AGL Gohan. All of these guys greatly benefit from being on his team. Gotenks, right, works really well with them, being that he's a Super Saiyan 3. He works well with the STR Dragon Fist Goku, who is on his team for accelerated battle, right? He's a great unit. Like I said, that ability to just have 5 turns of near invincibility while everybody else builds up and does their thing, to the point that by the time he's no longer viable defensively, you have characters like Vegito, like Ultimate Gohan, all built up, ready to take over. So honestly, AGL Goku is probably the best option out of the two, but it really depends on what your box needs. If your box needs the movie bosses, then go with Hirudegarn, but if not, go with AGL Goku. Either way, I think you couldn't make a wrong choice with either one of these. Personally, I would go Goku, though. Again, that's always assuming, though, that you either have the extra coins to spend or you are not missing one of these 3 major LRs. So, guys, that is it for the video. Quick, simple, down and dirty. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, who did you pick up with your hard-earned red coins? Me, I'm probably going to use a couple to grab some STR Brolys because mine is 55% and we need a few extra copies. But let us know what you're going to grab in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.